Most Beautiful Islands is host to a very important event that will help determine Michigan's future.
And more specifically, the future for the Detroit area. Stephen Clark and Jeff Vaughn are live at the Mackinac Policy Conference, where government and community leaders are teaming up to create change. Hi guys, tell us what's happening.
Well, the first thing that's happening is that the weather's clearing up. I think everybody's very excited about that. The rain has stopped. The clouds are starting to move out. We're looking for a little sunshine, and I think that will help the mood of the attendees who started arriving. They're speeding things up this year, so they're getting on a little faster. The keynote speaker, Jeb Bush, is in about an hour and a half. Jeb Bush, of course, the former governor of Florida, perhaps presidential candidate. We'll be talking about education.
Yeah, and preceding that will be Governor Snyder's remarks, which really open up this policy conference at 1 o'clock today. And you mentioned the weather. It is a little fog-like, I guess, a little dreary, but there is a chance for sunshine, and of course a lot of people getting here in any way they can. This is an island where you're not allowed to drive a vehicle, so people are getting here on foot, on bicycles, via horse carriage, all coming in later today. We caught up with some of those attendees and happened, Stephen, to come across former Detroit Mayor Dennis Archer sporting that Red Wings cap, and I had to ask him what he thought about Mayor Bing's decision last week to not run for re-election. What'd you think about Mayor Bing's decision?
Well, he made his decision like I made mine several years ago. And you have to really sort of walk in the shoes of the person who is holding or held the office to appreciate and respect the demands that's on a person who runs and is fortunate to be elected and then to serve the citizens of the city of Detroit. It's an absolutely full-time job. It's really no breaks. You're always on all the time, and you're always trying to promote your city.
And Mayor Dave Bing himself will be speaking here tonight at about 5:15. I'm sure people will be interested in to hear his thoughts on why he's not running again, and also whether he still plans to look at the supervisor position, the executive position.
Yeah, and I had to ask Archer if he has any further political aspirations. He says, nah. He had a little bit of hesitation there. And they said, nah, he's just really here to speak on behalf of making things better and brighter for Michigan and Detroit.
All right, so coming up a little later on today, we're going to be talking with Governor Snyder, and I'll also be talking with the man who is now challenging him. Mark Schauer just announced that he is running for governor on the Democratic ticket. The governor himself hasn't said whether he's running, but Jeb Bush was in town raising money for the governor's campaign, so you might read something
pretty safe to think that there's going to be a re-election, because obviously they're raising money for that already for Saturday.
So we'll have all of that coming up tonight on starting on Action News at 5.
All right,
yeah, don't forget WXYZ.com. You can find all the information on the Mackinac Policy Conference. We'll be live throughout the day there as well.
And we're following your tweets as well, guys. Thanks so much. Stay with 7 Action News and WXYZ.com for continuing coverage of the Mackinac Island Policy Conference all week long.